see that? Ooh. Do you see this red line? It means this suction cup is losing pressure. In this super raw video you're gonna see how you can build an entire rig for both camera and lighting on a car. It was supposed to be for a commercial the week after that, and I went there to prepare the rig and see with the DP what we were working with. Unfortunately things didn't go as planned, but I'll let you see it yourself. Oh god. Okay, this can stay here.
Andrea, Leave it for
We're gonna need one of this. Let's get two of these. Okay. Sharp, perfect. So the idea is to have one here, and then here we're gonna come down like this. Then here we're gonna come down. We're gonna have one light here that goes through. And we're also gonna have one light here that goes through, and the camera is going to be here, if I understood correctly. So, we're gonna start doing this. Okay, the idea is to have 4 of these up here that are going to hold these 2 tubes, and another 2 here are gonna support it with the 2 tubes coming down. First thing first, let's clean it up. You see how this is not clean, let's say. And also let's leave this somewhere here, so I don't have to worry about scratching the car with all these things. Okay. Then let's clean up a bit. All this stuff that you see I'm cleaning right now is what doesn't let your suction cups suck in the air really well. So always clean your car before using suction cups. Damn, look at that. Okay. So, I don't know if you can see it, but this little edge, like you can put a suction cup here because it wouldn't suck, right? It's not a flat surface. So, I'm gonna put this here. So how this works is basically you pump this. For example, I'm gonna do this here. You pump this. See that? That says it's pumped because this is a red line. You also have this red line here. And if you don't see that, then you know it's sure to be safe to be used. And when you want to lock it, just press that and it comes right off. I'm gonna put this one here. And this is going to be our setup for the tubes. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So yeah, something like this. See this? I'm moving the whole car. The camera is going to be here, and we're gonna need to have like one light here. Hopefully the height isn't a problem, but the DP told me he shouldn't see the roof, so we're gonna be basically have this frame. Perfect. These guys in my country are called aliscaf in Italy, but I've seen them, I've heard them be called like cheese bull in New York. Now I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation. I have no idea for it, but that's for sure not named. Okay, so this tube is a little bit shorter, but it shouldn't be a problem. It bothers me a lot because I like to do things that are visually appealing. You know, when building your stuff, you gotta do it good. And it's, I mean, beautiful, not just good, because everybody's going to see it. So if you do a beautiful job, everybody's going to be happy about it. And if you do a shitty job, but it works, yes, it's going to work, but it's not going to be good to look at. And that's not what you want when making rigs. You gotta do working and beautiful rigs. Almost perfect. So you see these wobbles, yeah? That's why we're gonna put one tube here and one tube on the other side. Meanwhile, this one is going to go like this to have one light that goes here. Okay. This is another aliscaf or cheese burro, whatever you want to call it. And it should go right about here. And the other one on the other side. Okay. Something like this. Then this is not the actual final rig, but I wanted to try this out to see what type of material the rental has and what I can do. This car is made of trash, but it's okay. See how this is the guy taking all the weight. Meanwhile, this one, like this pipe, pushes down here and pushes up there. That should be okay. In the final rig, I'm gonna use a ratchet strap to go around these two tubes, so it will stay pushed down to the car roof, and it shouldn't be a problem. So here we're gonna have, if I remember correctly, 2 or 4 Asteras. 2 or 4 Astera looking down here. See how that could be a problem. Okay, so this pipe here is perfect. Now maybe like this, because you see the how is this fucking called? The bonnet, I think it's called. The front of the car, we're gonna call it like that. the front of the car has like a little bit of an edge, so you want to keep your suction cups as far away as possible from that edge. So the more flat is the surface, the better it is. I wouldn't recommend mounting suction cups on a non-flat surface, because it's the same as putting them like this. You see this gap here? This is where the air doesn't get sucked, so it would come right off. Yeah, it looks about right. Okay, so I'm gonna put this here. Yes, like this. Perfect. And one is done. Second one. And it's gonna go like this. Perfect as well. Okay. Now, usually, I always suggest to to lock everything with the actual Alice Cuff key or the cheeseburger key. I don't know, like the multi-tool that lets you close this, but I don't have it with me right now, and it isn't a problem because this is just to show the DP what we're gonna work with. So there's that. Also, notice this. I don't like this a lot, so I'm gonna put another tube in between these two. Oh, see that? Ooh, 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 ooh. Do you see this red line? It means this suction cup is losing pressure. And the other ones are not even near it. So the only problem, let's say, is this one. And that's why you should always check your gear before using it. So if I pump it down, yes, it went back to normal, but I won't trust this one anymore. I will mark it and we're gonna use another one on the final shoot, because it has loosened pressure. And if it does it while the car is moving or while we're actually shooting, you don't have time to just stop and just repump everything. It isn't a safe thing to do, let's say. So maybe in the Ferrari, I don't really like how much pressure this has. So I'm probably gonna put another suction cup here to sort of distribute the weight more, because that is helping a lot, but it's still a little bit wobbly. So yeah, I'm gonna add another one here for a rig. Now that the rig for the lights is set up, so you can have one light here that goes there and one light there that goes there. I'm gonna set up the camera setup, and it's going to be, I think, probably here or here. Need to check on that, but we're gonna prepare it anyway, so we know exactly what we are working with. And so I also need to learn what I'm working with here. So the idea, these action cups should have the possibility to have this screwed onto them. So then from there you can start a lot of different setups. So these, which are the biggest ones, I'm gonna screw in this here, And there's 1, there's 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So now that we have this setup, I want to build something that goes like this. So we have a plate with 4 suction cups, and the camera basically will be here with this leveling head. So you will be able to level it, pan it, tilt it, do whatever you want. I love this kit. I actually love it. This is not sponsored, by the way, but you can basically build a lot of stuff. It's not a cheap thing to buy. It's like 3,600 euros, I think, but it's amazing. Got really nice suction cups. It has gotten really nice everything. And just as I say that, I can scroll on some stuff, but I really do mean it. It's amazing. These are, we call them teeny weenies, and this lets you join 2 16mm rods, or maybe even different measures together. If I can actually, here we go. Like this, you have one side here and one side there, and it works really good. We're gonna have this here. Now it's time to adjust everything as much as possible. Damn, it's sticking already. Maybe here, something like this. Now I don't know what the final shot is going to actually be like, but in my mind it's going to be something similar as this position. And even if it isn't like perfectly leveled, it isn't a problem. I'm gonna show you why in a minute. This guy goes here, and then yeah, for the final shot I'm gonna add some more screws so it's completely safe. What this does is you have the camera here. So let's imagine that this is your camera. So you will be able to move around and do whatever you want with it. Then just lock it in place. And this doesn't move anymore. Now the only issue I can see with this rig, I don't know, maybe it's going to be like this, yeah. I think it's going to be something like this, is the reflection of that tube, of this one. So we're gonna have a polarizer hopefully, and yeah, hope he doesn't see it, otherwise I need to black out everything, and that can be a pain in the ass. We have this beautiful bad boy right here rigged up already, but this isn't the final rig. In the final rig we're gonna add some ratchet straps that hold this from the bonnet, that goes through there, over this, and all the way here, and maybe even another one for these 2 tubes still from there and goes over. And I'm also gonna add one suction cup here and one suction cup to the other side that's a little of support to this rig from horizontally basically, so this cannot wobble because these tubes are very long. So by adding these 2 suction cups, that gives it this horizontal, I don't know how to call it, but that lock it in horizontally, it should be pretty safe. And also the reason why this still wobbles is because this Alice cuff isn't tight, so I'm just gonna screw that in once we're on the final shoot, and this should be pretty strong. As every kicker will say, this isn't going anywhere. So, quick little story. I'm just wrapping up what I've done earlier. I got a call and they just said, oh, so the shoot got cancelled, sorry. So basically, yeah, this rig will remain here where it was born. But I got the chance to try this kit, so awesome news. I still got paid for the job, so can't say really nothing about that. And also got paid for today. So yeah, and you never know what's going to happen. I guess it was going to be just not tomorrow but the day after. So yeah, that's what happens when they cancel these things just this late. So I as a freelance am still going to get paid, but yeah, it's really a pity. I was really excited for it to happen. Hey, things happen, so just gonna wrap up everything.